Welcome to another exciting edition of
Midwest Reviews.
Today we're going to be reviewing the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
And also the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
So we're just going to touch on the highlights real quick. First movie, love Willem Dafoe's The Green Goblin. His costume could have been better. Love Tobey Maguire as the young Spider-Man. Really, and I think Harry Osborn, that was back whenever, what's his face?
James Franco.
Was just kind of getting popular. So anyway, I think the storyline was really good, and for the era of 2001, it actually scientifically made sense.
I thought so too, and you know, I liked the character development. The character development was very nice because you know, the way they had Goblin. I thought it was just perfect because they made it. They did the story right. He
was losing his grip on sanity.
Yeah, he was losing his grip on sanity slowly but surely. It was awesome.
And his company had the tech to make him the Green Goblin.
And his company had the tech, yes.
And they touch on many highlight points of Spider-Man's origin, obviously. And you know what? I honestly, Tobey Maguire was perfect to play Peter Parker. Some people had questions about Spider-Man, but when you got the mask on, you can just project a different persona. It don't matter what your face looks like.
No.
Anyway,
you know.
1 out of 10, 10 being best, I give it a 7.
Yeah, I'd give it about an 8 actually.
Spider-Man 2, I actually believe it's right on par with the first one. Because as much as I liked Green Goblin in the first one, I liked Doc Ock more. Because Alfred Molina wasn't a bad guy. Yes, he was a villain, but actually, it was just, the thing was, is they explained it by the artificial intelligence in the arms once the inhibitor chip was gone, it started messing with his mind.
Yeah.
And they drag out the Mary Jane conflict. But you know what? At the end, she finds out, everybody's happy. Unfortunately, Alfred Molina gets killed, fixing what he made go wrong. What do you think?
You know what? I did. I thought this one was very good too. I mean, it was on par with number one. I thought they did an awesome job was telling the origin story of Doc Ock.
And I think that even though the action sequences may have seemed less, they were more, like less amount of time, they were more intense.
Yes, definitely more intense. I mean, and that train scene, by far was probably my favorite fight that they did was in the train.
The clock tower.
And the clock tower too, yes.
And they felt it was too early to go for a goblin.
Yeah.
Which brings us to number 3. And number 3, everybody just agrees it was too much. It was just ridiculously done. Topher Grace was not a good Venom, and they probably could have focused on Sandman as the main villain and set up for Venom.
Because you had Harry Osborn as the new Goblin. You had
stupid.
That was stupid all in itself.
As bad as Topher Grace was, he has nothing on emo Peter Parker.
No, seriously, that was so stupid.
Come here, I gotta backhand you.
I know, I mean, seriously.
Emo Peter Parker. In that movie, though, he was very focused on himself.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it was too much of a sob story for her. I mean, she's like, you know, she's trying to be an actress. I'm like, that was stupid.
And tell him your favorite line from Venom.
Oh my gosh. The one that made me want to slap him upside the head was when he's like, I'm gonna make, you know, you made me lose my girl, and now I'm gonna make you lose yours. How's that sound, Tiger? I just wanted to punch him in the face. I'm like,
they should have followed what the cartoon animated series did.
Yes.
They got it right. And you know what? We were talking about this. You think Tom Hardy, I think Vin Diesel. Have someone cool and built and mean play the role of Venom.
Don't get Eric Foreman.
Eddie Brock is not Eric Foreman. It wasn't even Eddie Brock. It was Eric Foreman
in a Spider-Man movie. It was Eric Foreman in a Spider-Man movie.
That wasn't Eddie Brock. That was Eric Foreman. That's what we think of the original 3.
Yes.
To move on. Anyway.
Moving on.
All right. So Andrew Garfield. I don't think his movie's got a fair shake because everybody's like, we've seen an origin story before. We don't want to see it again. I liked it. I liked it because it was different from Tobey Maguire. Everybody was like, oh, we've already seen it. Well, I like it because the writers were like, we're going to take a different track.
Yeah, I mean, it was fresh. It wasn't the same, you know, it had parts that were similar. I mean, obviously the uncle getting shot's part of the story. But you know what? The origin story I thought was good. I mean, I liked it. I mean,
and you know what? Having Lizard as the villain, I liked it because we hadn't seen that in the Sam Raimi universe.
No.
Like, they showed Kurt Connors, but they didn't show the Lizard. So we actually got to see a new villain.
Yes.
That we hadn't seen before. It wasn't a rehash of Goblin or Octopus or Sandman or Venom.
Yes.
It was somebody new, and I think
that
that's
was
what
fresh.
made it good.
Yeah, that's what made it fresh.
And I think that, honestly, even though Peter Parker's supposed to be like a dork, I like the kind of cool kid skater approach that they took to Peter Parker. It modernized him for the modern age.
To get Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, she like broke the barrier. It was like nothing.
She blows Bryce Dallas Howard out of the water.
Oh, absolutely, yes, out of the water.
Anyway, so you know, first one, I believe character development was key. They touched on the touchstone points they needed, and by this point, the technology in the real world has progressed to the point that the technology they used in the movie, it's just slightly beyond where we're at right now, but it was believable.
Yeah.
It made sense. Cliff
Robertson. Okay.
Now, I liked him, but I liked Charlie Sheen's dad.
Yeah,
better.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen was very good. I liked it, and I liked who was it that played his aunt in the Tobey Maguire series?
Oh, Rosemary Harris.
Yeah, Harris. Now, see, she was good too. I liked her, but I also liked Sally Fields. I mean, they had good choices.
They updated all the characters.
Yeah, they were very well done. The characters were very well done.
I like how they danced around. With great power comes great responsibility, because they had Martin Sheen using every other way of trying to say that, which is funny.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the second one.
Okay.
Now, we talked about new villains, which was Electro.
Yep.
And I gotta admit, I felt Electro's origin was a little rushed. Electro, his origin really has no basis, because in the movie it's kind of like a hole, because Spider-Man tries to help him at every which and turn, and it's just like he just all of a sudden just flip of a switch, and there's no basis why he should hate Spider-Man.
No, I mean,
then his ability, he has clothes, but yet he can shove himself into an electrical outlet and then reappear with clothes. His clothes aren't energy like he is.
No, I mean it was pretty ridiculous. I mean, I like the character of Electro, you know, but you know, and I like Jamie Foxx. Oh,
he beats and defeats Electro with Gwen's help. Spider-Man does. Well, then they just throw in the Green Goblin for like 5-10 minutes.
They really didn't even develop the character of Harry that much.
No,
I mean,
he was worse than Electro. And the thing was, is they made Green Goblin a plot device. Yeah. And the plot device is leading to Cameron's point about Gwen.
And yeah, everybody was assuming she's probably going to die, but then I was thinking, well, maybe not. And then she did.
Overall, the first two movies I think are on par with each other, but I think the new ones with Garfield are better. I'll agree this time. No origin story again for the third time. Let's just keep Garfield's. His is good enough.
Yeah, and let's just throw him.
Keep his origin.
Yeah, let's just make him and make it part of the Avengers.
Which do you like better?
Honestly, I like the Garfield. I mean, I love the Raimi era, but the Mark Webb, hands down, coolest Spider-Man.
Alrighty, well that has been our review of the Spider-Man movies. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you guys in another episode.
Hey, let's have Topher Grace as Spider-Man. I am just kidding. I am not at all serious. Do not take me seriously on that. I would boycott that movie if he was Spider-Man.